Hello friends, this is Kier and welcome back to Pleasant Tree Cybertown Station. This is part 4. I thought it was part 3. Part 4 of reading old tweets. This week we are in a Commodore 64 emulator trying out a program called Low-Res Paint, and I'm really excited because it has Petsky characters. It's great. So I'm definitely on a bit of a learning curve right now because it's not something where you can use a mouse for it unless you had like a koala pad or something, which I don't even know how that would work with an emulator. I don't know if there's a way to trick the emulator into thinking that your mouse is a koala pad, but I don't even want to mess with that. I am so into the idea of making images with a keyboard and with arrow keys and such. A lot of the material on this program that exists online mentioned that it has a help page, but the help page is not it's okay, but it doesn't really answer a lot of the questions that I had. But I was at the doctor's office the other day waiting, and I just kind of sat there and like did every key combo and wrote down what happened. So I kind of understand this program a little bit, and it's really fun. There's a bunch other like it out there. There's a bunch of kind of Petsky related stuff online, but this was my favorite pick of it all, and I love that I could do it on the C64 emulator instead of it being like a standalone Java or Python program. So here we are, old tweets, right? So these are from 2013. The spring weather better not be no April Fool's joke. Every year, New Jersey, because don't live in New Jersey right now, but I live close to it, and every year it's kind of like, when is spring going to come? And then it doesn't hurt outside, but it's really a mindset thing because even now it's fall, which I love fall, and I'm basking in the glory of it being fall. It's great. But I'm like, I could use some cold weather, but when it gets so cold for so long, hurts my insides and my brain. I get bad in my head about it. It's like I get mad about it. It's weird. So I love math. It's not a waste of my time. School rocks my socks. I really disliked math. And I know that the type of brain that I have, I know that I could get into it, you know what I mean? Like, I know that I could be into math. I just have to want to be into it because that's also how my brain works, where if I'm not into something, it's really hard to get me excited about it. I wish it wasn't like that because it sucks. It affects like my working, it affects my life, and I've always been that way, and I don't know why. I always get these silly ideas that I have some type of purpose in life. Those silly, wacky ideas. And it really sucks when I'd rather be doing hard work in those areas, but I instead find myself doing hard work in areas that at the time seem like they don't matter. Obviously, sometimes they do. As I've said before, I look back on the experience of going to school, the life experience that we all kind of participate in this time period of going to at least like grade school and usually high school. And I look back on it and say, girl, non-binary kid, that probably connected my neurons way better. You know what I mean? It probably did some good for me in my brain. Definitely, right? So if you're in high school or in middle school, I don't know why you'd be watching this if you're in middle school. I mean, you can. I try not to swear too much. I hear little kids swearing a lot now, which is very strange, especially like at the skate park. It's like, yikes. I never swear. That will be its whole episode on how I swear now. I've been wanting to talk about that for a while. But yeah, just keep in mind that you're definitely strengthening your brain, and you'll probably be better off later because of the sucky experience if you don't particularly like school. You know what I mean? It's a beggar's life, said the Queen of Spain, but don't tell it to a poor man. That is a Steely Dan song called Night by Night. It's on Pretzel Logic, and when I first started driving, my papa had a cassette tape of, I don't know, he probably recorded it off a friend's record when he was a kid or something, or when he was a young person, whenever one was Pretzel Logic released. It was a cassette tape copy. I think most of the songs were on it. It was just really old and kind of warbly. I feel like I've mentioned this on an episode of something before, a phrase that I will never stop saying because I make too much content. Of course, there's the beginning of the tape with Ricky Don't Lose That Number, and it's like, is it on? You turn it up and you hear a hiss because the beginning of that song is just silence. And then it eventually goes into that whole album reminds me of like independence, I guess, and learning to drive, but I ain't got tires. You know that that deep Tom Petty reference. We're just in a lot of like rock and roll territory today. Coincidentally, also love that King's Highway album. That's a good one. I don't even like the song Night by Night that much. I think that's just like a really hot opening line. The sweatshirt smells like burning electronics. Spent my last $10 on shoes at the Udelks. Baroque, as in the musical period. Baroque as junk. As in, I spent all my money at Udelco in Hawthorne. And if you know what that is, wow. I wonder if Udelco is still there. That's one of my favorite thrift stores. Before I was really into like Grateful Dead music and merch, there was so much of that there and it just kind of went right over my head. Like I almost think maybe somebody that worked there was making Dead merch on the side. And anyway, when I finally did wisen up to Dead stuff, I got this really cool patch. The little dancing bear, which is also on my leg. Yeah, I love you, Delco, and I hope it lasts forever and always stays open. Engine temp hit the red line right when I rolled into the mechanics. Antifreeze and smoke all over. Hashtag close one. Yeah, I used to have a 99 Honda Civic that was old. It was a great car, and I definitely would get another Honda Civic. Kind of just don't feel like driving right now. I feel better not having a car at this moment in time, because that stuff sucked. Dealing with all the, bull snip. So much awkward today. Every day, still. I wrote this thing on my Twitter now at Special Rutabaga. Yesterday, when I was going through old stuff, and I said, my old self will always be cringe because I'm growing, and it's true. Like, I find stuff from my past where I'm like, I would never say that now. Nothing too bad, I think, but usually stuff that's just like in poor taste. Now I know better, and I know why I know better. I'm more confident now, but I also know that I'm always learning how much I haven't learned. School period, U period, suck period. Yeah, I really didn't like my time in school. Got a lot of C's. And then I went to community college and got A's. She doesn't want that much sauce on it. Hashtag Burger King problems. I don't know what that means. Alright, this is a fave. Flute fries. It's fruit flies with the spoonerism concept applied. Love it. Really proud of that one. She's the only 5th grader that has Frank Zappa on her iPod. I took a nap before bed. I talk about this all the time with my partner now. I used to go to bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning every night. If I could sleep in, I did until 10. And I could never do that now because I go to bed at 9 and I wake up at 6. A difference in routine. A change of key will let you out. We'll contact you, if not by phone, then through the toaster. Thank you, patrons Aurora, Sun, and Adam. If you want to join them in supporting all the stuff I do, if you want to be like the first new patron in 3 months, if you want to be the 4th patron, patreon.com/SpecialRutabaga. I also have a coffee, and I think it's just coffee dash with the 5, whatever. .com/SpecialRutabaga. Oh, I have shirts on Redbubble. Oh, I also started a podcast. Gee whiz. Okay, one thing at a time, smarty pants. I have a Redbubble. That's redbubble.com/people/SpecialRutabaga. I got a bunch of designs in there. Nobody's ever bought a shirt, but also, who has like $20 to spend on a shirt? I don't know. I, for one, do not. I only get like $5 out of your $20. I set the pricing at like the normal pricing. I didn't go up, and I think I used to have it lower, and then I'm like, what am I doing? Nobody's gonna buy it anyway, so I may as well stand up for myself. There's merch and stickers and cool stuff and all these designs, and if you want to see a specific thing, just like let me know. So I started a podcast that you can find at the podcast place that you get podcasts at. Search Dovnull Audio Log, DOVNULL. I'm doing that. Podcasts come out every Tuesday. So look forward to that, subscribe to it. It's usually just me saying stuff about whatever's happening. I know it does not sound that exciting. I wouldn't listen to it, but I love having audio content to give to people that want it. I want to start reading comments on that show, a little commentary. I think that would be a fun time. And if you want to write in at specialrutabaga2@gmail.com. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next week, next Friday. And I've been Kier, you've been here. I hope you have a good time for the rest of your time. Bye.
Here from Special Rutabaga, have a nice day.